Hello students, I am Prabhat Dubey from LPM Public School, Golabala. As you can recall that yesterday we were discussing about nature of management. We were just making a comparative analysis of the features of management with art and science, and we have seen that management was efficient enough to qualify all the qualities of art, but on the parameters of science, management was not able to justify all the criteria. Okay, so it is called that management is an inexact science. You cannot say with 100% accuracy that management is a science, but you can say that management is an art because management was fulfilling all the criteria that are needed to be called as an art. Today we will see the third criteria, that management as a profession. Profession is just a specific type of occupation for which a specific training and a specific type of environment is given to the person who want to indulge in that profession, like lawyers, doctors, business managers. They are trained, they are provided specific type of training in specific type of environment. So certain specific qualities are imbibed by them. A rigorous training of 5 years, 7 years in medical practitioners. For lawyers, training of 3 to 5 years, and work experience counts on their merits. Then only a person is capable enough to be called as a professional, because he is having the required skill sets that are indispensable in performing the duties that are bound to their profession. So being a professional is not an easy task. To join any professional course, there is a tough competitive exam that will screen out the efficient candidates that have the proper mindset, proper skills to go through that rigorous training. As you can see that the medical examinations, the examinations of technological courses are very tough. That's why only few people are capable enough to qualify that exam, that are very prestigious, and that people will be developed as a professional in the coming years after the rigorous training process. So these are the criteria that are to be followed if management is to be called as a profession. So the first criteria that comes in our mind is well-defined body of knowledge. As we discussed during the discussion on art and science, management was qualified on well-defined body of knowledge, because every professional who is joining any professional course, there is a systematic study material, a systematic training process. So on this parameter, management is satisfying this criteria. A well-defined body of knowledge is required for a profession, and for management, this knowledge is very necessary. The managers are being trained, they are provided a specific type of training programs to make them efficient enough to understand the business problems, issues of business operations, and take proper action, okay, to regulate and monitor the business. Operating and monitoring of business is not an easy task. That's why professionals are required. So we can say that management requires well-defined body of knowledge. So it matches the criteria to be called as a profession if we talk about this parameter. Okay. The next one is restricted entry. Entry to any professional course, professional degree is restricted. Everyone is not allowed to join the training program or any course of any professional importance, because for any professional course, a specific type of mindset, skill set is required. If you want to become a lawyer, you have to possess a specific type of enthusiasm. There should be an eagerness to understand the ethical codes, law and order, problems. If you are curious enough, if you are having that urge in yourself to understand the constitution, the law that is given to us backed by our bar council, then only you will be capable enough to become a lawyer after the training program, and practice of handling the legal cases is also very important. That's why when any judge is appointed, there is a eligibility criteria that that person who is intending to become a judge should have at least 15 years of experience in handling the legal cases, because that experience will provide them a orientation. That orientation is very helpful in handling the complicated cases. Without experience of having a mindset that is developed through the years, if any person who is dealing with the criminal cases for 10 to 15 years, then only there is an inclination to handle the complicated cases. Then that person will be appointed as a judge in High Court, Civil Court or Supreme Court. The eligibility criteria is different for all of them. So to become a professional is restricted. Okay, there is a screening test. Different types of psychometric analysis tests are also there to check your mental ability, that you will be able to survive in that environment or not. Because only intelligence is not necessary to become a professional. To become a professional, you have to possess that intense personality, decision-making skill, and a well-behaved, gentle personality should also be there. If you are biased, if you are not able to take proper decision, if you are discriminating the people on the basis of caste, creed and religion, any biased opinion is there in your personality, then you will not be capable enough to become a professional. So, on this restricted entry, management is losing the grounds, because in medical field, in law sector, entry is restricted, but in business, a person who are not having the professional degree are even allowed to manage the business. But nowadays, efforts are being made to appoint only that person who is having MBA or any management degree, that is to be appointed only as a manager who will deal the business operations. But it is implemented, it will be implemented in the coming years. Till now, there is no such restriction. Okay. So, on this parameter, management is not justified. It is not fully followed by management. Next one is presence of professional associations. As we know that for every profession there is a monitoring authority who is taking proper care of that profession. Like for doctors, there is associations of All India Medical Institutions, AIMA, that is controlling. Medical Council of India is there for taking proper care of the doctors and the profession. Any doctor, if found in involvement of any unethical conduct, then his degree will be snatched from him. His degree will be just, it is announced in the papers that this doctor is involved in unethical measures, then his degree is invalid.